Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 9, Episode 5. So, last episode we had the 200th episode special, and honestly, with what we've got so far, I'm a little concerned, if I'm being honest, because the first 4 episodes of this season have all been pretty damn great. So it's like I'm worried that this episode or any of the future ones are just going to take such a massive drop in quality that it's going to be jarring, to say the least. um, Now, I do want to explain something else real quick before I go on, though. So I put up a video saying that, oh, this and JoJo are late, and I want to explain why. So earlier, you could say on Saturday, because it's technically Sunday when I'm recording this, it's just really early morning. And yes, I am tired, by the way, but I'm still focused enough to be able to pay attention. But on Saturday, I posted a video saying, like, oh, they're going to be late and everything, and I want to explain why. So on Saturday, I was prepared to record them and everything, but I was having some issues doing so. I had some technical issues with OBS and stuff. The main thing being it, like in various other things I was trying to record and whatnot, it wasn't recording my voice. And I think I've got it all figured out now. I think I've got it all fixed. But yeah, it wasn't recording my voice at all. And I think it was just because of like I had it off. Or no, I had OBS up, but I had the, webcam taken off. At one point, I was like changing things around or doing something like that. And so it like wasn't acknowledging the microphone on the webcam. So yeah, hopefully it's all fixed now. And if you're seeing this, it obviously is, because I won't post this unless it is. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick as to why things are late. But yeah, but like I was saying, everything we've gotten so far this season, our first 4 episodes have all been fantastic, and it's like, I'm worried. I am worried. So yeah, I don't know what this episode is going to be about. I don't know who's going to be in it. I don't know who wrote it, any of that jazz. I'm excited to find out, though, because there's a lot to look forward to with this season, being the final season of the show and all. But I just hope it lives up to these kind of expectations. I don't really have anything else to say because, as I said, I don't know anything more going forward. So we're just going to get on with this. And to be honest, I want to just kind of get these done. Again, I'm basically pulling an all-nighter to get these done. It's like almost 4 a.m. right now. I was just watching a bunch of Supernatural, waiting for, like, basically the right time to record and all, and I guess this is best the time as any. So yeah, let's do this thing. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play, because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, oh, sorry for shaking that. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So this was good, not amazing or anything, and also I do have to turn the light, the brightness back up. I turned it down a little too far, I think. But yeah, this wasn't bad at all. I wouldn't call it great. It definitely wasn't as good as some of the other stuff we've gotten this season so far, but definitely not bad. I would say it's probably the weakest of the season so far. I would say it's definitely the weakest, but I would still give it a pretty good score. I'm going to have to see it more times to really say, but right now I would say it gets a pretty good score. So I think the best part about this episode is the lesson at the end about not trying to be perfect, about getting rid of that entire mindset and just like being who you are and being okay with imperfections and mistakes and issues, because everybody has them and everybody has to go through them. And this is a great lesson for the younger audience that the show is marketed towards, but also the older audience that tends to watch the show anyway. um, because the older audience, a lot of times, we try to give this air of perfection. We try to pretend like, oh, we have to have the best jobs. We have to go to college for the best degrees. We have to, um, yada, 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 have the best house, the best car, the best technology. And we always like have this ideal of perfection, of trying to be perfect, of trying to have the best of the best so we can be perceived by others as perfect. And it's always been something that I've been really against, because the idea of it is silly. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to have a good car or a good house or good technology or any of that. But when you're constantly striving to have the best of the best just for the sake of being perfect, just for the sake of having the best of the technology or the houses or cars or whatever, then at that point it's just like you're having it for the wrong reasons. And you're focusing on basically making yourself, like attempting to make yourself seem more important than you are. And it comes across as this massive ego trip. Like, when I get stuff, like when I go to a convention and I get merch or whatever, um, I never like go out of my way to try to get the best of the best, like the most expensive, high quality plushes or buttons or whatnot. I just go for whatever I like, whatever tends to be the most appealing to me. And some of the stuff I get, admittedly, is not like the best quality, you would say. Some of the stuff I get would not be like the most show accurate in its design. It would not necessarily be like the highest quality in terms of its make, but that doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I enjoy it, that I like I like the merchandise itself. And as long as that's the case, like that's what will get me coming back and getting more. Like, you see all these different kinds of plushes, and it's like, here, I got an example actually. Maybe. If I can find out where I put that exact one. Okay, it's up here. Just sit there for a moment. Ah. I have this Pinkie Pie plush, right? You can tell by looking at it, the snout is shaped weird. The hair is sits kind of weird on the head. The body shape and proportions are a little off as well. Especially with the head and snout and everything. It looks kind of weird. It doesn't look quite right, you know? But I love this plush. I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. And I would definitely get something like this again. It's not perfect. It's not exactly show accurate, but it doesn't need to be. And it also makes me kind of think of this song, I think it's by Rise Against, I want to say, called Perfect. And the song is basically about being okay and secure in your imperfections, because you're perfect as you are. You're perfect in your imperfections. And that was kind of stated at the end of this episode. Like when Twilight and Spike asked if they could keep the book, she's like, oh, but it has this big stain on it. And Twilight's like, that's what makes it perfect. It's perfect because it's imperfect. It's perfect because she's seen the value in it, no matter what stains or anything it might have. And the show's done the same kind of thing before. There was that one episode, I think was season 7, the fandom criticism episode, that a lot of people rallied against and tried to say was terrible, but yeah, they were, in most of the cases, were the people that it was trying to speak up against. But yeah, the episode was basically about how Twilight and her friends published their diary, the journal, and all. And it was all about how the episode's message and all was about how you shouldn't try to um, basically overanalyze something to the point where you're just insulting and being an asshole to the creators and whatnot. Um, there's nothing wrong with a little constructive criticism, but when you go too far and take it to unhealthy levels, it just comes across as toxic. And that's what it was trying to say. And a part of the episode was a song all about, well, they even said in the lyrics, we're not perfect. And the song was basically about take us as we are, faults and all, or don't take us at all. And I stand by that episode as being a very important episode of the show. And I stand by the message. And this kind of makes me think of that in a way. With that entire lesson of there's no reason to strive so hard for perfection. Just accept what you are and just find your confidence and your security in who you are, like, again, imperfections and all. I also liked I mean, obviously the fan servicey bits. I'm not one of those people who hates on fan service. I actually love it. I think it's necessary for a show to do, especially a long-running show like this, to have that fan service, because it shows that the writers and the creators of the show care enough to put that in for the viewers, especially if it's done right, and it definitely was here. Derpy's part at the beginning felt natural. It felt like, okay, Derpy's delivering the mail. That is literally what she does. It is her job. So it felt natural in its execution and felt like it was handled well. And then Moondancer. With this episode focusing heavily on connecting itself to a piece from the very first episode of the show, it was already able to be connected to Amending Fences from season 5. So it's not hard to believe that Moondancer could make an appearance. Plus, we haven't seen her since season 5 as well. I mean, Amending Fences again. So it's just like, it's about time. And it is the final season, too, so they're probably going to want to bring a lot of characters back that we haven't seen for a while, or even characters that we have seen a few times. I just hope they do that for Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon as well, because, oh, God knows we need them back, since they haven't been seen since season 5. At least definitely not in any real role. I'm still salty about that, and will continue to be until they return. Babs Seed I can understand, but those two need to return. But overall, I just think that this episode was enjoyable. Like, yeah, it had a couple issues here and there. A lot of the times, it felt like it was going in this really negative direction. Like it was going to try and paint Twilight as, again, being in the wrong. And luckily it didn't, but it really felt like that a couple times. And then there was this, the fact that they were, like, so over the top with trying to, like, force Twilight's guilt. Like, the entire thing about, about the grossly overdue book return being in the basement and everything, and, because of the shame, like, that was ridiculous. That was kind of stupid. Like even the thing with what that Twilight said when they were down there, like, abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Like, that was Twilight. That I can accept. But the fact that the librarian was, like, pushing that shame thing was stupid. Especially when we find out the fact that it's not a big deal. That it happens all the time and that the late fee it's nothing. So it felt kind of forced. And then also when they were with Moondancer and all, and the book return lady, at the restaurant, again, they tried to make it seem like it was this bigger deal than it was. They were forcing this kind of conflict within Twilight. They were forcing Twilight to have all of this anxiety, and it felt completely unnatural. And that would be my only real big issue with the episode. But it is a notable one, and it is the reason why it's so far the weakest episode of the season. Now, mind you, again, that does not mean the episode is bad. I actually, again, enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. But those issues do keep it a little bit down for me. But overall, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. So tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of MLP. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles,